Along comes my good friend, she's helped us out so much over the years, psychotherapist, Dr. Robi Ludwig.
It's really ideal to sit down together and inform kids that you are getting a divorce. Some things will change, but here's what will stay the same. We're a family. You're going to be loved. We're going to love you. We really think our family will work better this way. It's okay to get help.
Hi, and welcome to Larry King Live. I'm Dr. Robi Ludwig, in for Larry.
For a mother to lose a daughter, it goes against the natural order of things. We invest so much in our children. We really expect them to survive us. And when they don't, it can feel like a huge part of us is missing.
I was doing a radio show with a very impressive millennial, and she said, listen, we grew up with technology, and we are constantly researching and finding out information. So they have access to information that perhaps you or I did not have in quite the same way. So their perspective is influenced in that way.
I think you really need to respect your relationship goals. If the relationship is not looking the way you want, you have to be direct and say, listen, I want marriage, I want kids, and put it out there. And if someone can't give that to you,
move on.
You need to cut your losses and find the relationship you feel you need.
What do you think would happen if for one whole year you didn't have any surgery at all? You didn't plan for it, you didn't think about it. What kinds of feelings do you think would come up for you?
When you are sleep deprived, you're more vulnerable. You're more vulnerable to mood issues, and then Kanye dealing with the stress of not being able to protect his wife from a serious crime would be enough for anyone to be upset or unnerved.
What I liked about Lacey is that she's not overly sexualized. She's not selling her own sexuality.
And it is what makes the appeal of Dr. Ruth similar.
Yes, Dr. Ruth also was this cute little person, this older woman, someone you never would expect to talk about sex, talking about sex in this very easy and natural way.
This is a person who has moods that are all over the place. At one moment, her feelings felt like her daughters were her world, and another moment, it felt like perhaps her daughters were interfering with her world. I think Huma should have been given a lot of credit for trying to work through this issue. Her husband has a problem. She has children with him. There's a family there. Why wouldn't anybody want to try to work through a relationship and try and salvage it? This may be very tied now to her identity, the way she feels loved, and a way to abuse herself at the same time. So it's very sad. This is clearly a girl who needs treatment and an intervention to happen. She's not somebody who should be attacked. She's somebody who needs help.
She's been dishing out solid advice on TV for decades. Now Dr. Robi Ludwig is using her own life and personal role models as inspiration for her new book, Your Best Age Is Now.
Part of the reason why I really wanted to write this book is because I looked around New York City and I saw all these really amazing, beautiful, successful, brilliant women around me who were in midlife, and it wasn't in sync with what my idea of midlife was. We have to dismantle our faulty mindset about what it means to be middle-aged. We have to get in touch with our adolescent energy and rebel against that idea, which I really think is the most important thing, because if we tell ourselves that it's really over, we don't see what's available to us, and we're living longer. So if we miss out on this opportunity, it really is a waste, and we've been trained to think culturally it's a time of loss, and it's really not. So I wanted to get that message out there to say yes to life, say yes to opportunities and all the great things that can come your way. I think midlife is the time when you stop and pause.
Yeah.
And this is the time to really ask yourself, who am I? What's important to me? And you can ask yourself, what advice would my younger self give to my older self?
Yeah.
And then proceed, because you really need to be true to what matters to you now. The more purposeful you are during this time of life, the more fulfilled you're going to feel. I don't have a problem with telling our youth the future's ahead of them. It is. What I do have a problem with is telling people who are at midlife and beyond that there isn't that same future. Because of science, midlife is really a new time of life.
Robi, always good to see you.
The book is very good. Your Best Age Is Now.
Robi, thank you very much.